Gojo, Sukuna, Yuji, Dabura. Each of these sorcerers have the title of the strongest, yet all differ. Each find their strength in their own ways, and grapples with the role differently too. Let's analyze each of these. Starting with Gojo, the honored one, the the baby born with the six eyes, Lilith, all that. All right. He was cursed by the title of the strongest, with no real equals or friends. Everyone saw him as a weapon. No one would ever understand him since birth, with the only ones who came close being Sukuna and Geto. Sukuna was also had to fill the same role that Gojo had. I'll go to that later. And Geto was like hanging on the same level. He was touching the heart of Gojo at that time, like back then. He was someone close to Gojo. But Gojo later had a wall between him and everyone else. So he dedicated himself to build the next generation. Early on, he was more Sukuna-like. He would fight for himself and did have the title strongest, but saw it more as a job than a curse, I'd say. He would protect the weak and all, but didn't really see a reason why. Kind of just did it because, like, that's what he does. Now, once Gojo became the honored one, it's just like the fuck up. Like he pretty much, that's like where all went wrong. Ever since Rico died, like that's where everything went off the rails for Jjks. Here he left. He got isolated from Geto, leaving him alone and Geto alone, bro. So this I'd say is where the title really did start as a curse, because the reason that Geto like could like pretty much I'd say one of the main reasons Geto separated from them is because Gojo they couldn't understand each other anymore. They can't really talk it out. I'm thinking of the final scene of are you the strongest because you're Satoru Gojo, or are you Satoru Gojo because you're strongest? Anyways. Uh, so I say the reason. No, okay. From now on, he could destroy the whole world if he wanted to. This is where the real curse started at being the strongest. And I say the reason he wants a new generation is so they don't follow his mistakes. If he has a generation of people who are all strong, there for each other, all that, there won't be someone like Gojo, someone who gets isolated, all of that. He wants to change the society at his core. This society made Gojo. At birth, he would judge by the rules and force to become the strongest. He doesn't want there to be another Gojo, is how I see it. Especially with his line, have we had enough Gojo? With someone like Yuta, for example, who could build relationships and still be strong, this is probably what Gojo is going for. At the end of his character, he chose to go south because he wanted to enjoy his past life now that his goals were pretty much finished. He did all he could, yeah? And he ended up winning in the end against Sukuna because he made these bonds. So the reason he became strong was because he was destined to, he was made to. The world around him had a Gojo-shaped hole he had to fill once he was born. He grapples with the repercussions of being the strongest by trying to build a better future. His curse technique represents him, as it's, well, pretty obvious. Gojo has a literal barrier between him and anything else. He can also control gravity, much like how the world is revolving around him. He's controlling the gravity of the world, and how he can control that world himself. Although he can still bring others into his limitless, showing that he's still trying to make bonds. He's not completely alone. He can bring others, like, around him. This was Satoru Gojo. Sukuna, the disgraced one, the strongest sorcerer in history. He hates the world that hated him, so he desires to become very strong and cut all your bonds. Literally. He has had a desire to take ever since he was in the womb. He genuinely ate his own twin to become stronger. Later on, we see him use Megami to get stronger, or Yoruzu to get Kamatoke, or even Urame. He basically, like, his relationship with her was to bring about his reincarnation and just to simply refrigerate his food. Sukuna did run into the same problems of being the strongest like everyone else, but he relished in it. He was judged for his strength, so he'd do it back. If you were weak and boring, he'd kill you. But if he truly identifies you as strong, he respects you. He truly values strength above all else. This is where his philosophy of just taking wherever what he wants comes from. He's strong, so he can just eat wherever, sleep wherever. It doesn't matter because he's the strongest. You have to respect this true love for the game. He really loves sorcery, so he never had the same feelings of isolation like the others. Or did he? Think of Urozain. People who take Kenjaku's offer had to have had regrets in their past life to take it. I believe the reason he may have wanted to come back wasn't just boredom. I think he, in the inside, he regretted how he lived back then, even if he may internally deny it. Think back to what he said to Jogo. Jogo. He told him to just keep burning down everything until he reached the top. This is what Sukuna did. He just kept cutting and cutting until there was nothing left in that era. All of this is why he headed north. He wanted to start anew. He got bested in sorcery, the thing he values most, by someone with an opposing philosophy, so he missed defeat. Gojo won since he built bonds in contrary to Sukuna. He wants to start a new life, where things are a little different. So Sukuna became the strongest because that's the only thing he valued. He would judge people by their strength, so to do this, he had to become the strongest. He got these values from the society, of course. He grappled with his role by cutting down everything in his way until he couldn't anymore. Sukuna's technique represents him as just pure destruction. He cuts shit down, literally cutting bonds, as opposed to Gojo, who's protecting himself and others. Fuga adds to this as just more destruction. Once it's all cut up, he cooks it to ash. The idea of the malevolent kitchen adds to his philosophy of constantly taking, of constantly consuming the world. That was Ryomen Sukuna. Itadori Yuji, Sukuna's vessel, and the modern day strongest. The purpose of Yuji and Jjks was breaking the curse in a way, and you could kind of extend this to the whole theme of the story. He was cursed to help others and die a good death, not to be like his grandpa. Then, not too long after that, another curse was put on him. He had to be the vessel for Sukuna. He was going to be killed once he consumed everything. So basically, his life sucks. And with some time, yeah, he develops his philosophy of being a cog. He would just fulfill his role, calling himself a cog. He would exercise curses and consume Sukuna fingers until he finishes his role. Although at the end, he's liberated. He loses Sukuna's fingers. He's just Yuji now. And he reflects that. He now sees his life very different. He thinks that you don't need to fulfill a role. You can do whatever. The way you die doesn't matter. Hey, pay attention online. The thing he doesn't like are people who act like those lives are worthless. Every life has a value. He hated Sukuna for this reason. People who act like those lives are worthless. Every life has value. He hated Sukuna for this reason and tried to change him by showing him how he grew up. He wanted to show him that every life had something going on, like had value, had like a story. But he had to put Sukuna down. Like he really wanted to try, but it didn't work. All right. But now he was content, right? He he was content. Sukuna's gone. He's with his boyfriend now. It's all good. And he may have continued like that if he didn't end up immortal. Due to Sukuna, Chozo, themes and such, I don't know. Shit, he's going to live much, much longer than any of his friends. That's the important bit. He's going to outlive all of his friends. He took on the role of the strongest since he had so much time, he's perfected his sorcery. In turn, he experienced the loneliness those before him felt too. Now, in Gojo's ideal world, he wouldn't have experienced this since he built so many friends around him, but those friends are dead now. With only a few left, he decided he's not going to these funerals anymore. And the way I see it, kind of went to something more comfortable. Something more easy than thinking about what's going on, what to do with his life, or how to confront what's going on. Or what he's going to do in the future. No, he decided to just become a cog again. He will exercise cursed spirits until he eventually dies in hundreds of years. This is where his it doesn't matter philosophy comes from. He's going to outlive everyone he makes friends with, so whatever he does, it doesn't matter. It also applies to those who won't outlive him. The way I see it, he's telling Ayori, Yuda's son, whatever he does now will eventually just fade away, it doesn't matter. But at the end of Majo, he changes. With help of bad writing and aliens, he goes out of his way to make a real change. He takes on the role that Gojo had of building the next generation. He resolved the conflict between the Sumerians and Earth, then he decided what his fate's going to be. He'll make himself a cursed object for the sake of the future. So in the end, to solve his loneliness and all, he had to experience what Gojo felt and reach the same conclusion he did. He'll build a future so he can rest easy once it's all done. Of course, it's not the same, but very similar, right? Also, that's what Gojo wanted, and all. It's sick, bro. It's sick. Yes. So he became strong since he was cursed, similar to Gojo. He had to fill the slot that he left behind. He grappled with his strength by running away from his problems and just cogging it out until he too eventually dies. Yet he changes and takes on the Gojo role of building the next generation. His curse technique. Okay, but he has a few. Let's go over that. The most Yuji thing about him is his ability to touch a soul. Okay, Mahito can do that too, but Yuji is cooler. Yuji is someone who's only grown stronger from touching the souls of others, from making bonds. Best example of this is Higuruma, although you can think of someone like Todo or Chozo. Him having Shrine is a direct response to Sukuna. Sukuna's Shrine just rough cuts, complete destruction. While Yuji is supposed to cut through the layers until you reach the deepest part of your soul. It's controlled, it feels more like an exchange rather than just taking like Sukuna's. Piercing blood can be seen as Yuji passing on the will of those before him. They're blood bonds, eh? A little bit late. I just realized, like recently, after recording, that every character who has blood powers, blood manipulation, they all suffered, they're all cursed from like family ties, blood ties. Think like we don't have that many, all right, but like that's why it's so obvious. Chozo, Kamo, they have blood, and you see what their issue is. Like Chozo's whole character is about being the big bro and shit. All that, and okay, that's whole character, all right, but it's a huge part of the character. And Kamo is also like he literally cursed by his name. Like yeah, just being in that family, all that. Like he's like prejudiced in that family. Oh, you know what I'm saying, right? Basically, Yuji has that too because his mom is literally Kenjaku, bro. Yes, bud tie shit. Yeah. Also, I just realized I did all this Yuji talk, but I didn't mention Black Flash once. Yeah, he has that. He's done that. Video about that coming never. Dabura, the Sukuna equivalent threat, the champion of the Desu Knights. And at first, I mean, yeah, that is what he is. He just the Sukuna level threat. He's introduced as purely a weapon. He's the leverage the Siberians have over us, the ticking time bomb that can go off and wipe us out. And honestly, at first, that's just who he is. He's a strong guy, right? He's a weapon, but of course, there's reason for that. He was born strong. He was an outcast, so to cope with all this, he just fulfills the role as the strongest, as a weapon. He serves cog maxing like Yuji, and he takes on the role as leader, and that's not really working out either. He's trying to keep peace with Earth. That's not working. He's trying to keep peace between his own people. That's not working. Shit, he isn't even like them. Like it's like they outcast even him. So it's pretty much just there, like just a weapon. But this all changes when he fights the Divine Salient General Maharaga. He fights someone just like him, a tool just like him. Here he finally gets a real fight where he wins many things. This is his Gojo honored one moment. He shows traits of all those before him. He starts fighting for fun like Sukuna. He's seriously trying to improve and become stronger. He gets strength from himself here. Then he gets strength from his duty to protect the millions like Gojo. Then he fights for his duty. He has a curse from his best friend, but he doesn't fall into the same trap like Yuji, where he overcommitted and stopped thinking about himself as a person. He learned to consider all these different factors to achieve inner peace and become very strong. It won't be easy, but now that he's freed from the idea of the walking weapon he has plenty of time to figure out his life and how to juggle all this. Kinda obvious, but I've done it for others. He became the strongest since he was cursed from birth, like Gojo. He felt the same problems he did too. He grappled with this by cogging out and just disassociated from others, really. But he changes as later he gets strength from all these different things. In turn, becoming much stronger himself. Shit, he's actually getting some love life. His curse technique represents his character, as his light mixed with murderous intent. No, it isn't two techniques, it's just one. Alright, it's light mixed with murderous intent. I say it represents him, as light is something Yuji seen as good. It illuminates your path, it's what all life needs to grow. Yet, if it's tainted with something else, it can be used for bad. That's what I think Jjks is going for here. Dabura's strength, his role as the strongest, could bring together everyone, bring peace and all, but it's tainted for so long by society. But now, he's become, the sun, bro. He can illuminate a new path for everyone. Wait, did I just say illuminate new path? Is that a reference to my video? that just dropped. Yo, check that out. Hold on. What? No way. All these characters go through all the same issues, same like similar story beats, all that, but they all like define it like differently. They all go through it differently. It's interesting, man. Really, really great. I love this like part of Jjks story, like this little theme of it, of the strongest like isolation that comes with that. If you're a mediocre fighting game player, you know exactly how this feels. So it's great, man. It's great. Anyways, yeah, video's over, whatever. I actually already recorded an outro, but I guess I just forgot to save it. That's pretty new. I didn't know I could even do that. Just like not record after I recorded it, like not actually save it. What the fuck? But you know, all's well that ends well, right, guys? I'm actually got a video like out pretty quickly, man. I'm pretty happy. It isn't even that long, right? It's been like 20 minutes, like almost 20 or like 15, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, like something like that. Let's see how long this intro is going to be. Now I can bump it to 40. um, I kind of abandoned the fun channel a little bit. I don't know, because it kind of like locked in on video making. But I'm going to return to it. Alright, I'll just like, I don't even care about ABA, bro. I'm just record every night. I play a lot of COD Zombies, so I might put that up. Yeah. And then there's, what's it called? Yeah. Oh, next video, probably gonna be Bleach, maybe? Oh, no, okay. I'm not sure, man. I'm going through all different ideas. Yeah. Also, like, I like editing. Like, it gives me like, feels like I do something every day. So if I just like only play games all day, like, it feels like I do nothing, right? Great. If I'm actually making something, yeah, that feels great. Yeah, the summer has been fire so far. I'm playing COD Zombies a lot with my friend. I am going on like a vacation soon, so I guess I'm gonna stop video progress a little bit. Pretty annoying. So let's see what I can figure out there. I guess I'll just like write a lot of scripts there, like multiple scripts. Something like that. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I can figure out a way to edit it on the laptop, but even that won't have much time, so whatever. Then what else? There's yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Yeah, my first Jjks video. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all of that. Leave in the comments your opinions. Maybe some more analysis. Cause I feel like there's like some more I could have went more in depth in. Yeah. Yeah. Like, subscribe. God bless. Goodbye.